All right, now let's walk through the kind of questions that you're going to face on the new PMP exam. Let's do this thing. Now, before we get into it, you need to know that there are 180 questions on the PMP exam. The old exam had 200, this one 180. In reality, it's not a big deal. All it means is that you're going to face a lot of questions. And we're going to prepare you for that. We're going to build up that endurance. We're going to teach you exactly what you need to know, and you're going to be ready to roll in those 180 questions. All right? Now, right now, you probably have big old questions, and here's what they probably are. Now, what styles, Scott? What styles of questions am I going to face? And you might ask, what content? I've seen a lot of things out there on the internet. What content is going to be in these questions? And lastly, maybe you saw that there's some new prototype things, some whiz-bang type questions out there. Are those going to be on the test? How many? Etc., etc. I'm going to walk through it all. Don't worry. Now, let's go to styles. Styles is what is important, okay? Now, on the exam, they're all going to kind of look like this. They're going to be sentence, 2 sentences, 3 sentences. It's going to lay out like a situation, a scenario, if you will, and you're going to pick the best response. Now, this is 99% or so of the questions on the exam. This is where we make our money. This is our bread and butter right here. This is beautiful. All right, and so what you need to know about these is that the exam is full of these. Therefore, the exam is still situational. It's still situational. It was in the other exam, the past exam, and it is now. Now, that's a good thing because that's the way we teach. That's the way we lead. That's the way we're going to teach you how to think. So you're going to be prepared for these situational questions. Now, as we move forward, we went from styles to content. What's in it? I've seen all this stuff maybe you've seen out there about all these different domains, etc. What is in there content-wise? Now, in reality, it's 50% waterfall. That's like build a bridge type project management. Lots of planning, heavy up front, detailed, right there. Building the Golden Gate Bridge type project manager, traditional project management. That's half the exam. Awesome. Now, the other half, it's Agile. Agile is sweet, okay? Agile is awesome. So when we have those two 50-50, we know that inside the exam, we've got to situationally understand both waterfall and Agile. And that's what we're going to do for you the entire time, all right? Now, you might say, Scott, but you mentioned something about domains, and I saw those out there, and they said that there's 3 new domains. What are they? They're the people, process, business environment. Like, what's the deal there? Are there any questions on that? In a way, yes, but I want you to think about it a little bit differently, all right? So those are the 3 domains. I like the way they're framed out in a sense, but what we have to understand is that really those things are actually, they go directly into the waterfall and Agile methodologies, okay? What they do, think of it as you wear 2 watches. I don't wear any watches, but imagine that you had a watch on each wrist. One was waterfall project management and the other was Agile. Now, inside those watches, there are gears turning, finally, Swiss watch type gears, finally, organized. Everything on there works like a charm, right? Now, the gears in the waterfall watch are all organized for how waterfall projects operate. Build the Golden Gate Bridge. The other one is for Agile. Now, what the new domains do is they kind of put a new face on the watch. But the guts, the things that turn, the things that really react and move and push project management down the road, those things have not changed. So the situational nature of our questions are all driven toward where right down here, waterfall and Agile. So the smarter and the smartest in the way that we teach to approach these questions is to nail down core disciplines of not the people, process, and business environments. You let me do the hard work. I've interpreted that to say 50% Agile and waterfall. So if we can nail down how to go through and understand what waterfall is all about situationally, right? How many times can I say situational? And then Agile, if we can understand to put ourselves in there and react in the positive way, we're well on our way to succeeding. That's how we're going to get a great score on this exam. And that's how we get ready for the actual questions on the exam. All right. Now, last thing, 3 prototypes. If you've been out there, you said, oh gosh, they got these new prototypes. Maybe those are different. Maybe I need to spend all my time studying those. Well, here you go. I'm going to walk through each of the 3, and I'm going to tell you how we actually are preparing you to excel on those, and it's really kind of cool. So the first type is called drag and drop. And you guess what you do on those? You take something, you drag it, and you drop it. And you're just organizing stuff. All right. But at the core of it, it is a same question framed in a different way. All right. It's just a visual nature of situational awareness. What they're saying is which one of these relate to each other. So you have to interpret and react. So there's no difference here. These are going to be a small, super small proportion, and we'll prepare you for them. But what you have to understand is that it's the same type of question, just framed in a visual manner. And that's cool because we'll be ready for it. Now, the second type, what is it? It's hotspots. And I really like these, okay? Now, look at this graph below. It's a curve. Now, what they're basically saying is we want you to be able to use the knowledge that you have. We want you to be able to see something and interpret it and react to it and act situationally. Who would have thunk it, right? And so really, this lines up exactly with the way in which we prepare. We would never just throw a graph in front of your face and say, stick this between your ears. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. What we want to do, and what we do continuously is, we want to say, why was this graph developed? What problem does it solve? How do you interpret it? When would you use it? Who would use it? Why would you use it? What does that mean? What does this mean? And as we work through that, you're going to be ready to go. I wish the exam was all full of these. It's not, but we are ready for them in the way in which we think about it. All right. So 2 down. What's the last one? The last one is scenario-based. I mean, come on, guys. These are all situational in scenarios. So the same things over and over. PMI is telling us through this is that they really value situational, understanding of the content. They don't want you to be rote memorization, pump and dump type thinking. No, they want situational understanding. Now, in this example, gives you like a spreadsheet and it says, what should we evaluate or what should we change? That's awesome. That's the way we got to think. That's the way we got to work through this. So what's super duper important right now is to understand that the exam, every question on it, is situational. So we're going to teach you the entire time with the content and the entire time that we go through questions to think situationally, correct? And the other thing is, what's 50% of the exam? Waterfall, traditional project management, and the other 50%, say it with me now, agile. All right? So as we understand that, that should make your stress go, that we got this thing. We got this thing. We know what the exam kind of looks like. We know the type of questions we're going to face. It's going to be 99% situational. It's going to be those short questions that throw you into a spot, have you interpret it, and say, what's the best reaction? So you're ready to go. Now we understand what the questions. Let's keep rolling.